Ho, ho, ho! Happy holidays! It's St. Nick here. I was flying over Ohio and I looked down, I was checking my nice list, and I found somebody nice I wanted to talk to today. Karen Greer from SCT. How the heck are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and I'm awful glad I'm on the nice list and not the naughty list, Nick.
Hey, yeah, St. Nick is, we like the nice list for sure. So I'm so glad you're able to take a little bit of time to talk to me today on the holidays, busy time. But before we get in there, since you are on my nice list, why don't you introduce yourself to the rest of the world before we get into our questions?
Absolutely. So hello, everybody. My name is Karen Greer. I'm CEO of Secure Content Technologies, and we specialize in everything cybersecurity, and we do it in a very personal and educated way with our clients. And I'm super glad to be here with St. Nick today.
Thank you. All right. Well, hey, obviously, before we dive into some of the things I want to know, especially being up in the North Pole and having a lot of challenges with so many things going on, maybe you could tell me a little bit about, you know, how you guys, how SCT's experience as a VAR and as an MSP really make sure that businesses during this time, this hectic time of year, make it positive. Like, what do you guys do? Maybe let's just start off with that.
Yeah, so we don't just wait till the holiday comes. So this is something we do all year long with our clients and try to really harden their security posture. And one of the things that we do regularly is do security health checks with our customers. We'll dive into the solutions that they have and make sure that the settings are all correct, that they're set for optimal security. And in many of our clients, we use something called managed detection and response, which is a 24/7 threat hunting experience. And that gives everybody peace of mind.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's so important. Obviously, I'm trying to protect a lot of things up here at the North Pole, and I like that's why you're on the nice list, because we have people like you protecting things. So let's talk about. I always check my list once or twice during the year, but when it comes to cybersecurity, I'd like to really understand from you, what's your approach? How do you look at the business to make sure that they're checking a list twice and making sure that they're compliant and they're not going to have any issues, not just during the holidays, but all year long?
Right. Well, cyber is an ever-changing world. And so one of the things that we do as a team is to always stay educated on the newest threats coming out, the existing ones and how they might have changed and morphed, and the security stack that's available to protect our customers, right? So you can't ever become complacent. And again, having those regular health checks with our clients and educating them on things that they need to learn is top of mind for us. We're a very high relationship company, both as an internal team and with our customers. So I think we take a very, very personal approach to things.
That's awesome. I think, making sure that you're looking at the list for the business and yourself and trying to make sure that you're helping them the best you can through the year, which is obviously what Santa likes to do. So
you got that.
So I know, at least personally, I have a lot of elves. I have a lot of people that help build toys and get things ready for the year. But sometimes, like, I have last minute fixes that I'm trying to do right before I get in the sleigh, and it leads to disasters. When you guys think about how you treat businesses and work with businesses being proactive versus reactive, and how do you avoid the toy disasters?
Well, we help each customer depending on their appetite for it. We help them build an incident response plan. So if they have the right solutions in place, the goal is not to have a breach or have an incident at all. But if something should happen, they have a written incident response plan in place. And typically we're involved in that plan, obviously, as well as our incident response team to remediate anything. The threats don't happen typically when everybody's at their desk waiting for them. They happen in the middle of the night. Right.
Yeah,
so we really try to prepare.
That's great. So I guess on that note, I mean, one of the things that there's a lot of, I would call, naughty actors out there, right, that are trying to hurt the good, nice businesses out there. And, what do you tell a company to try to make sure that they can safeguard themselves especially in a time when there's so much sensitive data out there, whether it be financial institutions or any other business services. They know so much information that's high risk in retail around the holiday season. What would you tell them? What would you recommend?
There is. So I think I mentioned before managed detection and response, and I feel like that's really the way the industry's going, and for a whole host of reasons. But with an MDR solution, you get a 24/7 threat hunting team that's looking in your environment for things. So while no customer, no matter what the size of their business, can ever see anything 100% all the time, having that threat hunting team in place really, really gives everyone peace of mind, right? Because you're not just relying on the tools. There's actually human beings behind a lot of that, whether it be AI or next gen, all the terms that get thrown out
Yeah.
in this industry and all the acronyms that are used. To me, having live people actually working to protect you is also a key component, and it's a differentiator.
Yeah, that's I think it gives people confidence that they can actually talk to somebody, right?
Correct.
Well, I know that sometimes, not all the time, but my sleigh back in the background there, it's it's pretty powerful. It's got some cool features, but sometimes when I'm flying around, I do encounter issues, and the elves keep telling me I should have a contingency plan in place if the thing breaks. I'm just curious, like, how would you? Do you have contingency plans for businesses, or what would you tell them when they're thinking about disaster recovery?
Oh, yes, we very much do. As I mentioned before with the incident response plan, so everything's written and we've documented their backups, we've documented their security solutions, all of those things. And then we actually, from that point forward, go and give them steps that they would follow, which of course, one of the first ones would be to call us. But we give them written steps that they can follow then. And I think having that for customers, instead of just panicking at a situation, having something in writing that's documented really helps them not scramble should an incident occur, because they've got the phone numbers and everything that they need right at their fingertips to contact. And typically we can get an incident response team engaged and working on the issue within the hour, which
Wow,
is just key. It's key.
you guys work faster than my elves, that's for sure. Well, let's talk about obviously you work with a lot of different types of clients, and not every organization out there, all the businesses. I'm going to talk about the ones on my nice list. Not all of them have all the elves like I have. They don't have the big, huge teams to be able to support them with when there's a problem. You guys, obviously, SCT provides services for all different types, small, medium, large businesses.
Mhm.
What do you do to try to help those small guys that don't have the big teams? How do you help them try to compete in a market that's it's getting ever complex?
It is. It is in that for some of the smaller ones, the way we recommend is that they use us as an MSP. So in other words, we manage the security solutions for them, and they don't have to worry about having someone on staff that is very security trained, all the things that go along with that. So they would use us as their team to manage those things for them. Small businesses are focused on, or we want them to stay focused on growing their business and running it.
Yeah,
We don't want them worried about the day-to-day security side. And so that has been actually a very satisfying part of our business, that we're able to help the smaller clients in a very easy way for them, and cost effective too.
that's why you're on the nice list. Just saying. Well, let's one of the things that I think that is so great about you and your team is collaboration. And I think when I think about how much collaboration is required at the North Pole to be able to pull all this stuff together, to be able to deliver the magic that we do, the foundation is collaboration. So what advice would you have to tell a business, how do they foster the collaboration and the partnership with both their internal teams and, as you said, an outside, a third party provider like yourself that's going to be able to help them?
Yeah, I do think collaboration is key. It goes back to, I believe personally, people work with and buy from and associate with people that they like and they trust. And so when I started this business back in 2006, ethics and trust were two of my core principles, and they still remain that to this day. And we, as an internal team, we all have built very close relationships with each other. We trust each other. Should a disagreement come about, it's never a disagreement. It's just a back and forth discussion on how can we fix this, right? And the same with our clients. We really do try to get to know them as people. And while we, of course, have security as top of mind, we also care about our customers and their well-being. So, it's a very interesting and fun industry, honestly, and it's something that's very near and dear to my heart.
And I think this industry, everybody needs it, right? Everybody needs support. Like it's not, I know when I'm flying around the world, technology and IT and all this is everywhere, right? Everybody needs help. So when we think about, and I want to be, I've got to fly off here soon, but as the year ends and we're thinking about the holidays, the new year, 2025, and looking ahead, you're already on the nice list this year, so you're good. But what's the one critical thing you think that an IT or a business, an IT manager in a company, what do you think that they should be thinking about to make sure that they go into 2025 and even 2026 prepared to be successful?
I think they need to have an IT company or cybersecurity company as their partner. In other words, I don't know everything about accounting. I have an accounting partner, right? Or two that I really trust. Financial services, I have my financial advisor. And these are people that have been incorporated into my life to help me make the best decisions because they're the experts and they're the educated ones the most. So I would say for any business, find a cybersecurity partner that you truly trust and you respect and believe in what they're telling you. We don't want to scare our customers. That's not the right partner for you.
Right.
A right partner will build you up and show you maybe where the holes could be or where they feel like you need to make your security posture better. But it's also key not to just go in and just rip everything out and try to replace it, right? We want to be a trusted resource that grows with your company over time.
Does the technology matter, what you use?
Oh, absolutely it matters. Absolutely it matters. We have been involved in many incident responses where they ran something that was freeware or a number of different things that they ran and only to think that they resolved the problem and then turn around a few days later and ransomware had all their systems locked up again, right? So that's the time when we can come in and say, gosh, here's more cutting edge technology and here's why, depending on how the threat got in. But absolutely technology matters.
Amazing. Well, Karen, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today. I wish you and your team very happy holidays and a happy new year, and your clients. Any final things you'd like to say as I fly off?
Be safe out there, and everybody's looking forward to seeing you in about a week.
About a week away.
How exciting is that? Thank you for taking your time. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, everybody.